Hey, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to the channel where I spent all day today playing the Modern Warfare 2 beta in the new third-person mode. And we're going to talk about it a little bit. First off, I just want to say, I really do think they did a good job creating the third-person experience. It certainly has its ups and its downs, but overall, I think they did a fairly good job with the character animations and stuff like that. It did make me notice how wavy and windy your clothing is when you're running, because it moves like you're in a hurricane if you're strafing side to side. It's insane the way the physics work on stuff like that, and this makes it way more noticeable. But it's not the end of the world. The transition from third person to first person when you're ADSing, it's fairly smooth. It doesn't feel overly clunky, except for it's really weird if you're trying to snipe. Certainly not gonna ever try to quickscope from third person. We're gonna pretend it doesn't exist when it comes to that. But overall, it's not a bad experience. Now here's the but. That is about where my praise for the third person mode ends. It doesn't have the same Call of Duty feel. It's different, not necessarily in a bad way overall, but for gameplay, it will only cause people to play even more campy. So I can't promote that. And as long as it's in a separate playlist, it's not a huge deal. It'll split up their player base a little bit. The only upside to that being, maybe all of the rats will band together and go live in their own little communities where they can be rats with other rats. I don't know. Hopefully it appeals to them enough that they can just leave us alone. I mean, I certainly won't judge. If you want to spend 10 minutes of your life in a match with your face shoved into a wall, staring down a hallway over your shoulder in case someone comes running at you, whatever, you may as well throw on the heartbeat sensor and everything else while you're at it and just set up shop. But that's what you can expect in game modes in third person, is if you need to push to an objective, there's someone on the corner watching you run at them when you can't even see a pixel of their body yet. If you're paying any attention to the gameplay in the background, you've seen just how easy it is several times already, I'm sure. I mean, it does lend itself towards some fun moments that wouldn't necessarily happen in first person, at least for me, like this one here. But other than that, I don't enjoy it. I don't love it. As long as they keep it in separate playlists, I don't believe it will be detrimental to the game in any way, shape, or form. But, for instance, if in Warzone 2, you have the ability to switch between third person and first person, every single match, you can expect even more campiness, the same boring, tiring shit that we got used to in Warzone, people sitting in a building, heartbeat sensor up, just waiting, rock and ghost, whatever. And it will just be more of that, except they can do that and see you running down the hill when you can't even see them standing in a window, because they don't have to be. Now, don't get me wrong, options are great, but that's exactly what they should be, is options. You shouldn't have to deal with people playing in third person in Warzone 2 or whatever game mode you're playing or whatever, unless you opt into that. So keep them as separate playlists, and I don't think there's any problems with it. It gives people a change of pace, it expands on the world a little bit. But if you start combining those things and forcing it down people's throats, then I can only see people complaining about it. But I don't think that will happen, because I doubt Infinity Ward and Activision want to listen to everybody bitch about it if they do. So we'll see where they tend to go with that. I'm thinking it will continue to be separate playlists, that way it doesn't eat into each other and cause problems. We'll see. I will say I'm continuing to enjoy the beta. I'm having a great time. I'm excited for next weekend when we can get some more people in and maybe some more expansive game modes. Hopefully we'll get a little taste of Ground War next weekend, something along those lines. I would love to get more of a feel for things. I'm excited to be able to level up past 15 and experience some of the other weapons a little bit more. Just let me use the PSG-1 game, please. It's so close. It's right around the corner. I'm already tired of the lever action and it being an absolute pea shooter. The PSG-1 does less damage, but 10 shots, we'll see how it goes. I want to give it a shot and see if I like it better. Because fingers crossed for another Kar 98 or an R700 or whatever. I'm sure they will have one of those, if not both, or at least something similar. We'll see where things go. As well as, hopefully, we will get some more maps that we can check out. The 3, kind of 4 that we have, they're not bad. I wish that the museum map was a little smaller around the edges. It feels like it takes far too long to get back into the fight. But overall, they're fairly traditional styled 3-lane maps. Some of them have some complex pieces to it, like the shoot house inside of Farm 18. But they're not bad. With all that being said, I hope you've all enjoyed. Leave a comment, let me know you guys' experience with the beta so far, if you've gotten to play, and if you haven't, what you're excited for, what you want to try out, what you hope is in it. Let me know, give me some feedback. I will see you all next time. Peace.